Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Joe Davis sitting alongside Edwin Gualotuna. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for inviting me here today.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Edwin's just for race car driving in general. Anytime I get to talk to the race car driver, I'm happy because we both love being in cars and going fast, don't we?
Yeah, that's the passion and the love.
Absolutely. So you've been driving on the USF 2000 series, right?
Well, that's my goal, to drive in that series, which is, allow me to step in the future to a higher series, which is Mazda, Firestone, and then Indy cars.
Right. They call it the road to Indy, right?
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. I think one of the things that we're going to want to talk about is that road, the path there, because there's a lot of young people, and we love talking about the young kids, getting them in the sport, don't realize that there is a path that anyone can take. You don't have to just have money, although that's a big component. There's no question. Cars are expensive. But a big component of it is passion and knowing the right people and the right places to go to get there, right?
Exactly. You the right part. Yes. Everybody, of course, in everything we need money, but it's on the steps you have to take. Like first, you have to go work cards, and then there's a series USF 2000, or is another one F2000. Or is another series they call Atlantic series, which is on right now. But they have to go step by step, and just the desire and the love of racing that take you to wherever you want to go in racing.
You have to have a lot of love for it because, as you and I have talked about before, an awful lot of the time you're there doing whatever anybody will let you do just to get your hands on the car.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to be the guy who's willing to take the car out and test the setup. Which is not always the most. It's always exciting. It's not always the most fun because sometimes that car doesn't handle very well, and that's not a great place to be when you're driving a car that doesn't handle well.
Exactly. We all wanted to have a fast car, handle it well. When we're driving, so we can win the races. So it is hard sometimes when the car is not working fine, but that's part of racing.
Yep.
That's when we're learning how to maneuver the car better, how to set up the car better so we can win the races, because every team wants to win races.
Exactly. That's what it's all about, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, tell me about how you got into racing. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay, let me go back in '89 in my times. Well, let me go back to a little further than that.
Here's a little video of you, too. Here, where is this?
Well, that video is in Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Nazareth.
That's when I was doing that one is in Las Vegas in 2000, just doing some schooling, practicing in there with Drive 101, a school, which gives us the opportunity to, do a 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days of racing. Let me go back to Nazareth, Pennsylvania. That's when I, by mistake, I went to that town and I saw the driving school.
By mistake?
Yeah, by mistake, because I was going to a different place, and I just get up in the exit. I thought that was the one, and I saw a racetrack. I was like, what is this? So I was looking at the town, and I found a racetrack. Wow. And then the way out, I was just going out from the town to find the right way to the freeway, and I saw a driving school, which is the Virtual Racing School. And that's where I started.
Sounds a lot like Mario. You've watched the interview when we talked with Mario, and of course that's where he's from. And when he was a kid, he was 14. They didn't know there was a track there. He just knew he wanted to be a race car driver. Just happened to be going across the field one day and just ran right into it.
Yeah,
boom! There's the track in front of him.
That's the track. Yeah, I remember when I just saw the racetrack, I was like, my tears coming out. I was very excited to find something that I wanted to do, and I didn't know how to start it, but. On the way back, I saw that racing school, and I remember that was Saturday, and that was closed. And I just took the phone number, and on Monday I just called, and they told me, explained me the situation, how that works, and then I just started from there.
Wow, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
From there, where did you end up?
Well, I started with them like 3 days of school, and then I did some local races in there, and then started another races during that times. After that, just the dream started come true in those times.
That's really great. I think it's as we talked about, there's some steps, And a lot of times what those steps involve is either you have someone with a lot of money backing you to begin with, who's pushing you through the sports. You know, we've seen that with, I'll give an example, Danica Patrick. Ray Hall put her through from the beginning all the way to through, you know, he started her out in Skip Barber, moved her up to Toyota Atlantics, from Toyota Atlantics right up to, you know, to kart championship auto racing. And so that's one method, is if you get somebody with money that can push you all the way through. You know, Ryan Hunter-Ray is another good version of that. But then there's the other people who start at the bottom, you know, the Alessandro Zanardis and the, you know, the Mario Andretti's, who start in go-karts and then move their way through things. You know, Mario started in dirt track racing. But, you know, there's a different version for everybody where many times that's just being discovered by the next driver or the next car owner is all that it takes sometimes, right?
Exactly, yes, that's totally right. In my situation, you know, I didn't have the money to start. I started working in some grocery stores and my father mechanic shop, because my father, he don't want me to support me in this, but I wanted that desire, and I just said, Father, let me work, pay me for that, and I just, you know, started saving some money from where I was working and putting everything in racing. I quit college. I was 1 year in college, going for mechanical engineering. But my passion was racing, and I just said, let me stop in here and just continue with racing.
It's funny that it seems like the dads are never real excited about you doing this, are they?
Exactly.
That's kind of, it was my situation too. My dad's like, no, that's not what you're doing for a living. No, I am. That's what I want to do, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's a little hard to say that, but my father told me, hey, I don't want to give you money for you to go and kill yourself. I was like, okay.
That's a hard thing to hear.
You know, I understand him. He was a great man. He wanted the best for me. But the one point he didn't see was it's my passion to do racing. That's what I love to do it.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, you know, we were lucky to have you here a week or so ago when we were talking about the Peru Festival, right?
Yes.
And and you're out supporting that, and I love that you get out and get so involved in your community. And when we were talking about that, you said, you know, I really want to race, and I want to continue on this, you know, getting towards the USF 2000. But for you, you've reached a point where now it really does involve getting some people to help you out, is what we're really at. We're at the point where getting some sponsorship's a big part of what you need to continue, right?
Yeah, that's the part of right now is I'm looking for a sponsorship, especially for one race that coming soon next month, and September 1st and 2nd in Baltimore, Maryland. It is September 1st to the 2nd.
Okay.
It's one of the races that I would like to race, and that's what I'm seeking sponsorship right now. I get involved with the community to help also to them. Like last weekend I was with a Peruvian festival, which was great. I saw a lot of young people, great talent for racing. So,
right. Well, you have a commitment to already. We already see this commitment to helping out your community. So I think anybody that got involved with you would have that same commitment level from you, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But you know, like you said, right now it's race by race. It's getting some sponsorship for the next one, and then maybe if you really, you know, if everything goes well, you get somebody who wants to sponsor the season.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
would be terrific.
Yeah, that's what I'm targeting right now. Is you know, doing one race this year. And then next year, I hope with a sponsorship, I can do the whole season, which just started in September, in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah,
and
that's a great race.
Yeah, and then we have the big one, which is the night before Indianapolis 500. You know, we have access to drive the night before Indianapolis 500, which, you know,
on
help
the same
us
track,
a lot.
Yeah.
Not really in the same track, it's a different track.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah,
is it the inside track?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a
on
different
the other
one.
course.
It's
Okay.
another course,
All right.
yeah. But, you know, we are together because we practically running every race with Indy cars. So every time that we go into some races, like that one from Lexington, Ohio, coming soon, and this weekend.
Yeah, the Mid-Ohio.
The Mid-Ohio is going to be, you know, with Indy cars. So all are together, and it's more fun to be with Indy cars.
Heck yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see all the Mario Andretti, Michael, and and all those ex-drivers in Indy cars.
How much is typically the cost of, you know, you being able to race? What does it take for a team to be able to compete in one race?
For one race, it is $35,000.
Yeah.
and for the whole season is $240,000, $300,000.
Yeah, which when you consider the kind of view you get from that, the kind of you know, what a sponsor gets from that is not way out of line. I mean, they get some huge, you know, credit for that. You know, there's a lot of opportunity to get new customers and things like that. From
exactly. Yeah, that's a sponsorship. Some companies, some owners, they think that a sponsorship is just put the name in the race car, which is not that way. It's that we help the business to get more clients, to do more businesses, to know the name more. And we have a package where we can show you the sponsors, all that we can do in the advertising and doing racing. That helps a lot to the companies.
Exactly. Yeah, when you can show up and be there and help them with their promotion, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So.
I have a testimony from one of the companies, which is sponsoring me a little bit. You know, by racing, I was helping them to have clientele, and they're happy with that because they can see the profit that they're getting from just because of racing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this is people's opportunity to get a chance to get involved in racing. I mean, this is if you've got a company that's out there that's looking to you know, to really get the name out nationally, this is a great opportunity. So if you happen to be watching the show right now, wondering what you were going to do for your next big campaign, well, here's a pretty awesome campaign available to you.
Yeah.
You know, get a name on a car and get a race car driver as your friend. It's a pretty great deal.
Yeah.
So
exactly. You know, if they want to contact me, anybody, they can go to my website. It's www.gualotunamotorsports.com. Let me spell Gualotuna. It's a little hard. It's Gualotuna. Or they can call me at 801-636-7973. Awesome. And I will show the package, do the presentation, how that works about racing.
Well, it's great. Like I said, it would be great for someone to look at a local talent here and realize the opportunity to really take you to the next level, which takes them with you, which I think is a pretty great thing. So I hope that happens.
That will happen. I hope that happens. And that's what we're looking forward right now.
Awesome. So fun to have you on the show. One of these days I'm challenging you to a little go-kart race.
Well, we have to go to Morris Miller Sport Park.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. We'll be back with more of the Mountain Morning Show in just a minute. Stay tuned.